important events occurred near the 33rd parallel. In the first video, we saw that many sites of human sacrifice was on that line. As I continued to research, more places and events became apparent. The first was the first battle of the Civil War, which took place on the 33rd parallel. This was the Battle of Fort Sumter. The fort was attacked on April 12th through the 14th of 1861. The secessionists waited until the fort was restocked with weapons and supplies. Then the general led between 500 and 6,000 troops to overtake the 85 U.S. troops of Major Anderson. He evacuated the fort after 34 hours of constant bombardment from the rebels. This battle resulted in the taking of Charleston area and the start of the Civil War. Whether the war began on the 33rd parallel was just a coincidence or a part of an even bigger scheme is a mystery to me. The next stop on the 33rd parallel is the holy site of Mount Carmel. In Hebrew, Mount Carmel is pronounced Ha-Carmel, or the Garden Land. Mount Carmel was the mountain that Elijah confronted the prophets of Baal. The prophets of Baal began to play music and cut themselves with knives and sharp rocks, trying to get Baal's attention. Elijah poured water on his offering. Baal didn't show up, but Elijah's offering was consumed by a great ball of fire from heaven. Elijah then drew his sword and beheaded the priest of Baal. Also, on the site, people had a vision of the Virgin Mary. This is where the order of the Carmelite nuns come from. All of this on the 33rd parallel. The Battle of Megiddo is also on the 33rd parallel. This was the site of many battles, including the Battle of Kadesh. Alexander the Great called the Valley of Megiddo the most perfect battleground. The Battle of Megiddo is where the final battle where man tries to fight God was to take place, and God straightens it out all once and for all. The Japanese pyramids are also on the 33rd parallel. These may be some of the buildings from the pre-flood world. There was rudimentary characters and animal etched into the faces of some of the building. A triumphant arch, a stadium, 5 temples, and a castle were some of the structures found. Another temple complex found on the 33rd parallel is the Glass Pyramid and the Bermuda Triangle. The pyramid reaches 300 miles in diameter, 200 meters high, and 100 meters at the base from the seafloor up. The 33rd parallel goes through the Bermuda Triangle. 20 yachts, 4 planes come up missing each year. People believe that the devil also lives there. The area has a long history of strange activity. The first recorded account was from Christopher Columbus. On October 8, 1492, Columbus noticed that his compass was pointing anywhere but north. So this continued for a while. Then 3 days later, a light appeared in the water. This scared the crew so much that they wanted to return to Spain. The JFK assassination also took place on the 33rd parallel. All throughout its history, the 33rd parallel has been soaked in blood.